Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I'm Diego, and today we're going to talk about Sex in the City. That's right. That wonderful, lovely show from the late 90s, early 2000s. Okay, I'm Diego. I have watched every single episode of Sex and the City, so I know what I'm talking about. I watched both movies, and I watched that piece of shit show and Just Like Crap. Don't watch it. The show sucks. It's absolute abortion. Okay, but the original show was good, and that's the show I'm going to review today. Okay, now I watched every single episode of Sex and the City. Okay, because I was trying to get laid. Okay, I lived in a big city. I was a younger man back then. I watched it back in the day when it first came out. I was a younger man back then. I was dating. I was hanging out with lots of friends. We lived in a big city in Chicago. We're all single. You know, we went out to nightclubs, restaurants, concerts, the beach. We did all that kind of stuff you do when you're in your 20s, all right? And we did a lot of this too, okay? So I did everything that these girls are doing, except that I was younger than they were, okay? I was a good 10, 15 years younger than they were. And yes, I'm being generous, okay? So I know what it was like, okay, to live in the city, to be dating, to hang out with your friends. I knew what all that stuff was about, okay? I worked with actors, I worked with models, I worked with musicians, comedians. We did all that stuff, okay? So yeah, we were out there going to clubs and doing all those things, right? The same thing these girls are doing, okay? So I related to the show on that level. Okay, I absolutely enjoyed the show. I loved it. The only problem I had with the show is I did not like the way they were depicting the straight guys that were on the show. To me, it didn't ring true. It was bullshit. These guys that are on the show did not act like real men. Now, every once in a while they did, and I was pleasantly surprised. Sometimes they did get it right. Sometimes they did get it right, but most of the time they did not get it right at all. I do not know what these fucking things were that these women were dating, but they were not men. They were not straight men. That's fucking for sure. Okay, there were no straight men involved in making this show. This show was not made for guys like me. This show was made for women, middle-aged women especially, and gay guys. That's what this show was made for, okay? It was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists. Okay, there was no straight men involved in the creation of the show whatsoever. Okay, so the show was not made for me. So obviously, we're going to be the butt of every joke, all right? Now, what I do here is I give you a different point of view, okay? Now, I'm sure ladies that are out there, I'm sure you watch this show, okay, with your girlfriends and your gay friends, and you sipped your Cosmos, okay, and you ate your brunch, and you talked about Sex in the City, and how hot that guy was, and how hot that guy was, and blah, 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 okay? I'm not here for any of that fucking shit, okay? I don't know what the fuck these girls are wearing. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. What I care about is the relationships, okay, between the men and the women, okay, because that's what I give you the straight man's point of view on, okay. I don't give a shit about the other stuff, all right. I don't know what the fuck they're wearing. I couldn't tell you the difference between an Oscar de la Renta and a goddamn fucking Dwar. I thought Oscar de la Renta was a fucking boxer, okay. I don't fucking know. I don't know that shit. You talk to your gay friends about that shit. I don't know anything about that. I'm going to talk about the relationships from a straight man's point of view. That's the point of view you never got when you watch this show. Okay? No straight guy fucking told you this was bullshit. I'm here going to tell you this is bullshit. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view, okay? Whether you like it or not, baby. So I hope you like some pain, because you're going to get a big dose of it. Straight up, baby, with no lube. That's what I do here. I give you a straight man's point of view, all right? A straight man's point of view, okay? The real question you need to ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you handle it? I don't think so. I don't think you can. Well, that's what I do here. I give you a straight man's point of view, okay? I'm going to talk to you the way I would talk to anybody else, usually guys, about the shit that's going on in this show. What a guy really thinks, because that's what the part you don't know. Nobody knows what a straight guy really thinks, because there were no straight guys involved in this fucking show. But I'm going to tell you, okay? I'm going to tell you the show. So guys, if you're watching this, you don't need to watch the show. Just listen to what I'm saying. Okay, when you're driving or in the shower or whatever, listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to break it all down for you, okay? Straight man style, okay? Finally, some fucking heterosexuality injected into this show, okay? From a man's point of view, a straight man's point of view, all right? Okay, so here we go. So where we are right now, we are in Sex and the City, Season 6. That's right, we're almost done. Almost done. Episode 17 of Season 6. This is the last season. Okay, after this, there's only 2 more episodes and the show is done, I think. Yeah, 3 more episodes and then the show's done, okay? So there's only 20 episodes in this season, okay? And this is episode 17, so we're almost done. And then I'm going to jump into the movies. And then I'm going to fucking just start ripping apart your chick flicks, okay? I'm going to start off with a notebook and go down from there, okay? I'm going to rip them all fucking apart, all right? You're going to love to hear my commentary on that bullshit. Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey, bull fucking shit. 50 Shades of shit is what it really is. Okay, but anyway. So yeah, and I'll get to it. Don't worry, I'll get to it. Oh, I will get to it. I will get to it. You name it. Sabrina, Fucking both versions. Yeah. Notebook, fucking done. Already done it. Pretty Woman, yeah, bro, that's gonna be fun. Let me tell you something. Fucking street hooker falls in love with a super good looking, rich, straight, fucking millionaire, you know, with no kids. And he don't do drugs. That shit belongs to the Sci-Fi Channel. Okay, anyway, so here we go, all right? So, yes, so like I said, season 6, episode 17. The name of this episode is called The Cold War. The Cold War. Okay, so it starts off with Alex has his hand on Carrie's titty. Yeah, they're back at his place. Like, oh, no, sorry. They're at a restaurant. They're at it's cold outside, so I guess it's winter. I don't know the date that this episode aired, but I know it aired in 2004. So I'm guessing it's the winter of 2004. Okay, it's very cold outside, so all the restaurants are packed. Everyone's wearing coats, big fucking heavy coats and hats and shit. You know, so right now, Alex and Carrie are in a restaurant sitting together. They've got oysters in front of them. Yeah, oysters. And I guess that's getting him horny because he's trying to make out with her and shit. And she's like, oh my God, there's people here. Stop it. You know, he's like, no, you know, and he starts grabbing her titty and shit in public. Okay, which, hey, you know what? Don't get caught. Okay, so that's going on. They're eating at the restaurant. Okay, and all of a sudden, some friends of Alex's, not Carrie's, some of Alex's friends arrive. They can't find a seat, but obviously they recognize Alex, and there's 3 seats available. At the table? What a coincidence, all right? So they come up, they greet Alex, okay? And one of them we've seen before. His name is Lee. He's one of Alex's staff, one of those guys that works in his house. Yeah, his whole marketing staff works in Alex's house. Okay, he owns in his loft. He's got 2 rooms. He's got the studio where he does his artwork, and he's got his home. Okay, in his home there's a small little office there, and he has a staff of people, of receptionists and buyers, and agents that all work out of his living room, basically. Okay, and this guy's one of them. We've seen him before. His name's Lee. He's there with some older guy. Okay, and also some older woman. Okay, now I don't know who the woman is. I don't know who the actress is, but I've seen her recently. She's on The Boys. I know that show, The Boys, on Amazon Prime, about the evil superheroes. Yeah, she's on that show right now. She plays like a CIA agent. That's the liaison for Bill the Butcher. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So I recognize her, but yeah, she's playing some I don't know, some artsy fartsy fucking Euro trash fucking. I know, we're classy and you're not. Pompous fucking. You know the type. Okay, all the artsy people. I went to art school. I know this type very well. The super rich fuckers that just walk around acting like they're all that. They know everything about artwork. Yeah, fuck you. Who gives a shit? Okay. So yeah, and I went to art school and I still feel that way. Okay, so yeah, so they're there and they say their hellos to each other, and Alex offers to have them sit down, so they do. Okay, so now there's no privacy, so he's got to take his hand off of Carrie's tit. Okay, Carrie's never met these people before, so he's sitting there, and he introduces them to Carrie. One of them is Lee, like I said, and there's the older woman. Her name's Abra, and then there's some older guy. I guess he's an artist too. He's like in competition with Alex. He looks about the same age as Alex. Okay, only he doesn't dye his hair. Okay, and so that artist, that older man artist, he says, "Oh, so what is this I hear about you have an upcoming new show at the Galerie Nationale des Jeux de Paume in France." And the lady says, like, yes, this is your first exhibit in 4 years. And then Lee said, no, 6 years. His first exhibit in 6 years. Ooh, this is a big deal. He hadn't done a professional exhibit in 6 years. Okay, at the Galerie Nationale des Jeux de Paume. Okay, I don't fucking speak French. Fuck you. All right, so Jean, I guess his name, yeah, Jean. That's the artist's name. He's like, you are so full of shit. Yeah. And Alex is like, I never said I wasn't. And Audra is like, your first exhibit in 6 years. And he's like, yeah. The world is waiting with breath abated. That's what she says. The world is, that's what Eurotrash talks like, okay? The world is waiting with breath abated. Okay, and Carrie feels embarrassed that she's a lowly tabloid columnist. They ask her what she does. She's like, I write a column, and they're like, oh, the New York Times? Like, no, more like the National Examiner. Okay, and also these people that are sitting there, they all are very familiar with Alex's art, her boyfriend's artwork. She doesn't know shit about his artwork. She doesn't know any stuff that he's done. I don't think she's researched any of it. I don't think she knows a goddamn thing, anything to do with Alec, with her boyfriend's fucking art, his profession. She knows nothing about art or her boyfriend's fucking artwork. Now that, I gotta admit, that's some selfish bullshit, but it's realistic. For someone like Carrie, remember, relationships are always about what the guy can provide her, never about what she can provide the guy. She doesn't give two shits about what he does, okay? And that goes for all the guys on this show, okay? Carrie does not give two fucking shits. I mean, when she was dating Aiden, she appreciated that he was a carpenter, that he could build furniture. She appreciated that he could fix up her house, you know, her apartment, and but she didn't give a shit how he did it or why he does it, or why he's passionate about it. She couldn't give two fucking shits about it. She doesn't give a fucking shit what he does during the day to make money. All she gave a shit about was where you taking me out to eat tonight. Okay, that's basically Carrie's girlfriend style. Girlfriend, that's her type of being girlfriend that she is. Okay, what can you do for me? I don't give two shits about you. Okay, she didn't know what the fuck Big does. I don't think she's ever learned what Big does. Okay, she doesn't know a goddamn thing about what Big does for a living or how he does it or why he got into it or any of that shit. But she does care about is that he's fucking rich and he can take her out to fucking eat and he can take her on vacations in Jamaica and he can do all that fucking shit. He can give her tickets to fucking Napa Valley to come visit him, like that, okay? That's what she cares about, not what he fucking does, okay? Same thing with Jack Berger. I think Jack Berger was a little bit different because she's a writer like he was. Okay, so they had that wordplay going on, which I think is why I think they would have been a better couple. I just think that Jack Berger was a little too insecure. Because let's face it, if you're a professional writer, you're very moody, you're very emotional. Most writers are. Okay, same thing with artists. Okay, Carrie definitely falls in that category. And I think Jack Berger did too, but he had just way too much low self-esteem is the reason he fucking bailed in that relationship. Though personally, I would not have done it. I think Jack Berger was the best match for Carrie, but okay, the way the gay guys wrote the show, no, he's too insecure. See, Carrie can't date a guy that's on her level, that does the same thing that she does, that makes the same amount of, although I think he's got more money. He complained about money too, like Carrie does, but remember, Jack Berger also had a house in the Hamptons, and you can't be a poor motherfucker and have a house in the Hamptons, all right? So I think that would have been someone that matched her every way, but you know, Carrie's not gonna date someone who's on her level. She needs to date someone who's above her. Alex is above her. Okay, Aiden was above her, but he's just too boring. Okay, and Big is definitely above her. Okay, so yeah, so she's got to date up, not down. All right, and definitely not on the same level as her. Okay, so anyway, so she knows nothing about Alex's artwork or what he's passionate about or what he does. She didn't even know until last episode that he even fucking had a kid. Okay, so like she don't know shit about her boyfriend. All right, yeah, that should tell you something. Okay, or what he's passionate about. She knows he's passionate about something, but she don't know what it is. She don't give a fuck. All right. Yeah, so that's going on here, and she is like I said, she's unfamiliar with his work. Okay, Alex's friends are not impressed with her. Okay, they don't give a shit that she writes for a column or a tabloid. They really don't give two shits. So that makes Carrie feel bad about herself. She feels embarrassed to be sitting there with Alex's friends and not knowing a goddamn thing about what they're talking about or any of that shit. Okay, so Alex is like, you are a snide, and then he grabs the newspaper. And reads Carrie's column. He reads her column out loud so that everybody at the table could hear. She's like, the last time anyone enjoyed 69 was in 1969. You see, it is funny. I love it. It's great. She's a comic. That kind of thing. Well, actually, Carrie's like, well, that's not my best. That's not my best piece that I've written. She, well, actually, Carrie, if you remember that episode, she did 69. That fucking the guy that owned the jazz club. Remember him? Yeah, I forgot his name. The one that Big got jealous of because she picked him up in front of Big. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, she's 69 him because we saw it. That's like the only time in the show that we ever saw her having sex. I mean, she was under the blanket, but we saw her there, and then we saw his legs right there. So yeah, you know where that was going. Anyway, all right. So so they're not impressed with her, and then Alex kisses her. Go to the next scene. Okay, the next scene is Charlotte is walking with Liz Taylor, the dog, the Cocker Spaniel that woman from the park gave her. She named the dog Liz Taylor. Yeah, of course, because she's a bitch. Get it? All right. So Liz Taylor and Anthony's with her. So she's walking Liz Taylor with Anthony. All right. And all these people keep stopping to compliment Charlotte on her dog. Oh my God, what a cute little dog. That kind of shit. She's a toy dog. All right. Okay. And Anthony's like, we're on the corner of gay and gay, and this dog is getting cruised more than me. No, I love Anthony. Mario Cantone's hilarious. I love him. He's always speaking his mind. He's probably one of the best characters on the show. One of the reasons I love the show is Anthony. They don't use him very much, just like they don't use Stanford very much. But when they do use him, it fucking counts, okay? I think Anthony's fucking a godsend on the show. He's fucking hilarious as fuck. He has no filter, just like me, only he's gay, all right? He just says whatever the fuck he's thinking, regardless of who it offends. I think that's wonderful. We need more people like that. Okay, so I love it. I love the scenes where Anthony and Charlotte are talking because he just says the shit that Charlotte is too pristine to fucking say out loud, okay? So Charlotte's like, well, she loves to prance along. Look at her. She's showing off for everybody. She used to be a show dog. Did you know that? And she actually competed at Westminster. I don't know what the fuck that is, okay? I think she misses the competition. Look at her showing off. Oh, my God. And it's like, yes, she's an attention whore. You know what? I think I'm going to re-enter her in the competitions. What do you think? No one puts baby in the corner. She's like, he's like, that's a Dirty Dancing reference. Remember Dirty Dancing? Yeah, that's all I was saying. Okay, no, that's not what he was saying, okay? And if you're smart, you caught exactly what he was saying, okay? She's talking about the dog, so she doesn't have to talk about the fact that she can't have a kid. Okay, she's been trying to have a kid. She keeps failing. She's been trying with her last husband too. She keeps failing to have a kid. It's causing her very much, it's hurting her very much emotionally. Okay, to the point where her husband Harry is considering adopting a kid now. Okay, because he's pretty much starting to give up on the idea that Charlotte will ever give birth to a baby. Okay, let's face it, she's 38 years old. She ain't getting younger. Okay, and the doctor's already told her that her eggs, it's very hard to fertilize her eggs. Okay, so every time she tries, she has failed. So rather than get all swept up in that depression, she got distracted with this dog. Okay, this Liz Taylor dog. Okay, and Anthony calls her out on her bullshit. He knows exactly what she's doing. She's focusing on the dog, so she won't focus on the fact that she can't have a kid. And that's why he said, no one puts baby in the corner. She got mad at him, so he tried to backtrack it like, hey, I was quoting Dirty Dancing. Well, yes, that was in Dirty Dancing. Okay, yes, everyone knows that movie. Okay, all you girls know it. I've seen it. I'm gonna review that one too. That's some bullshit too, ladies. Yes, it is. And I love Patrick Swayze. That's some bullshit. Okay, and just so you know, back in 1986 or 87, I think it was, Matthew Broderick, that is Sarah Jessica Parker's husband, and that was her husband back when the show was on too. Okay, they're still married. Okay, Ferris Bueller. He was dating. What's her name? Gray. What the hell's her name? Her last name's Gray. Jennifer Gray. Sorry, Jennifer Gray. Yes, who played his sister in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She was the star of Dirty Dancing. I know you all know this, but for those of you kids out there that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I'm saying this for your benefit. Okay, Jennifer Gray played a baby in that movie, and she falls in love with Patrick Swayze because that would happen in real life. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Remember that part where Patrick Swayze, where she's like, "Why did you fuck all these women at this mountain resort? Why did you fuck all these women? Why would you use them?" He's like, "No, baby, I didn't use those women. They used me." Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. All right, anyway, yeah. I'm sorry. I know it's a different movie, but the point is that Jennifer Grey was dating Matthew Broderick, Sarah Jessica Parker's husband, during this episode and today. They're still married. Okay, and they were in Ireland because Matthew Broderick is from Ireland. His family's from Ireland. Okay, his mother was Jewish and his father was a Catholic. They're from Ireland. They go back there every year. He grew up rich in New York. Okay, so they vacation to Ireland every year to visit the ancestral, village where his family originally came from. And they were driving drunk, or maybe he was getting head. Jennifer Grey was getting roadhead, and they crashed into another car. They killed a woman and her mother. Okay, died in the car crash. He got a few injuries, and so did Jennifer Grey, but they survived. They got to walk out of the hospital. Okay, the other people in the other car did not. They died. Okay, and he got basically eight months of probation. Which he didn't serve. He didn't have to serve it. He paid a $150 fine. And they let him go after he killed two people. Yes, Ferris Bueller did that. Yes, Matthew Broderick. And that's why I bring this up, because I'm surprised that they would name drop Dirty Dancing, a movie that Sarah Jessica Parker's husband was dating the star of that movie when they killed two people in real life. Okay, look all this up if you want the actual details. But yeah, that shocked me that that Sarah Jessica Parker's own show would bring up a character that her husband killed someone with because he was driving drunk. Or maybe he wasn't drunk. Maybe it was some some roadhead or something. Yeah. But anyway, okay. I got distracted, but you need to know that just for shits and giggles. Okay. Moving back to this episode. All right. So that's going on here. Meanwhile, in the next scene is Miranda. Miranda comes to her new home in Brooklyn because she lives in Brooklyn now, and of course she's all pissed off, like she always is every episode. Steve is there. She's pissed off. She's complaining about her feet hurting because she's commuting all the way from Manhattan to Brooklyn now, and she used to work in Manhattan and live in Manhattan, but now it's longer, so her feet are hurting her because she's still wearing those heels that she wears to work. Steve tells her, "Hey, listen, why don't you just wear some sneakers and carry your shoes with you? That's what everybody else does." She's like, "I already gave up Manhattan. I am not giving up my shoes too." He's like, "Well, then quit complaining about it." Hey, good for you, dude. Stick up for yourself. Damn it. That's right. That's fucking right. You fucking tell that. See, he doesn't do that anymore. In 2021, nah, dude. He will fucking roll over and let her butt fuck him and any other fucking ugly trans, non-binary, disgusting Fred Flintstone with lipstick, fucking New Kids on the Block, middle-aged wannabe. That's in 2021. But back then, in 2004, it wasn't that way. Okay. So Miranda's like, "You're right. I have bigger things to complain about. Did you set up my Wi-Fi? Did you set up my internet today?" Oh, sorry. They didn't have Wi-Fi back then. Sorry. They had cable. It's called DSL. It was a cable internet, okay? I remember that. It was a piece of shit. You had to wait for the phones to dial up before you get internet. It fucking sucked back then, okay? There was no Wi-Fi, okay? "Did you set up my internet today?" And he's like, "Well, I was too busy putting up sheetrock in Brady's room." That's their son. She's like, "I can't live without internet." "Well, our son can't live without walls." "Well, I do got some good news. Our mail started coming in now." So he gives her the mail. And of course, she subscribes to this tabloid, which is like a fucking Inquirer type thing, but it's a fictional one. It's called Tattletale, which is just this rag tabloid that you see in the fucking grocery stores, all right? And she's excited about it, okay? That's her favorite tabloid. She's like, "Oh my God, Tattletale's arrived! Finally, the real world!" I guess she doesn't consider Brooklyn the real world, all right? Okay, and then Steve's like, "Hey, I can't believe you read that crap." It's like, and she's like, "It's my thing. Let it go." He's like, "Oh, by the way, Magda and Brady said, I'm reading right now. Okay, you do not exist." All right, what a bitch. I'm a big comic book fan myself, all right? And if I get a comic book that I'm really excited about, yeah, I'm probably going to act like that. But if my wife tells me, "Hey, listen, I need to tell you about something," I'm going to be like, "Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, what's up?" Okay? And then I'll get back to it. I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm reading right now. You don't exist. Okay, that's a fucking bitchy thing to do. That's a bitchy thing to say to your fucking husband, no less. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Okay, just another reason why Miranda is a piece of shit. Terrible fucking wife. Terrible. All right, terrible person. Okay, had nothing to do with being a wife. She's a terrible person. Okay. All right, so that's going on here. Meanwhile, Stanford and Marcus, they go to a crowded restaurant. Okay, like I said, it's freezing outside, so all these people are outside. They're going into the restaurants. Okay, they're in a crowded restaurant. They can't find a table, but they do recognize. Stanford recognizes Smith Jerrod. I guess there's an episode where they met before. I remember Stanford was at the play when Smith Jerrod got naked in front of everybody when Samantha and him first started dating. But Stanford recognizes Smith Jerrod over there. His boyfriend Marcus has never met Smith Jerrod before, so this is his first time. Okay. And of course they have the obligatory, "Oh, he's so fucking hot. He's so fucking," because they're gay and they have to say that shit on the fucking show. All right. Or else the gay guys won't watch it if they don't acknowledge how hot fucking Smith Jerrod is, right? Okay, of course, we're not allowed to do that, though. Not guys. We can't do that. We can't have a hot girl on a TV show and then have the guys talk about how hot she is, because that's sexist, okay? But it's okay when gay guys do it, right? And women do it, all right? So they're there, okay, and Smith Jerrod's wearing his beanie. He was doing that whole Peruvian hat thing like way before it became in style. Okay, he was ahead of the curve like a good fucking 20 years. Okay, so anyway, I know every fucking dude in America is wearing the fucking same beanie, the Peruvian fucking beanie now. Okay, and they have been for the past like 6 or 7 years. But Smith Jerrod was like the one that really started it off. All right, so he's there with his beanie on. Okay, and there's a brunette sitting there. He can't see her face, but Stanford goes up there to introduce himself again. Okay. And he introduced himself. Okay, he says, "Hey, we met before. This is my boyfriend and lover, Marcus, and I'm Stanford. We're friends with Samantha." And then the brunette says, like, "Oh, I hear she's a very fabulous person." She turns around and it's fucking Samantha in a fucking Three's Company, Janet from Three's Company wig. Okay, yeah, the brunette thing, right? Okay, and so Stanford is like, "Oh my God." She's like, "You got wiggy with it." And Mark is like, "Oh, well, look good. Look at you. Very, very Jefferson Starship." Okay, and what it means by that, Marcus says, like, tell Samantha you're very just Jefferson Starship. What he means by that is Grace Slick. Okay, Grace Slick was the lead singer of Jefferson Starship back in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, that's the one that sings White Rabbit. Boom, one pill makes you larger and one pill makes you small. Yeah, that one, that Grace Slick. Yeah, that's her. All right, they're all fucking on drugs back then. Okay, still are today, I think. I know they're still alive. But anyway, yeah, that's what he's talking about. Because, that the hippies, no makeup, the fucking dirty, oily, greasy hair. I'm sure everyone smelt like fucking shit. No one took a shower back then. The goddamn hippie clothes. Yeah. That's what he's talking about, all right? Okay, so Samantha's like, I turned a little hair loss into a lot of hair gain. Because Samantha being herself, whatever. Stanford's like, "You got wiggy with it," and Smith invites them to sit down because like there's no place to sit. The restaurant's jam packed. Okay, this is the second time this episode that's happened. It's also some random guy fucking shows up approaches the table. He's like, "Oh my God, dude, you're like Smith Jared, dude. Oh my God, my girlfriend fucking has the hots for you so much. Can I get a picture of you, please, just so I can give it to her? She'll never believe I met you, dude." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, no problem. Just make sure you get my friends in here." And he puts his arm around Stanford and Marcus, right? Yeah, and of course the guy takes the picture. Well, that's gonna come back to haunt them. All right. Meanwhile, Carrie's in bed with Alex. Okay, and she asks about his show in Paris that he's got coming up. Okay, and he just wants to fuck. He doesn't want to talk about the show. He's just like, "Hey, he's gonna fuck right now, Okay, and he starts kissing her stomach, which, hey, motherfucker, you ripped that off from me. I'm the stomach kisser around here, not you, motherfucker. That's one of the things that I do. That's one of my moves, you piece of shit communist fucker. Where's Gregory? Oh, yeah, he passed away, so that was a bad joke. Anyway, yeah, what the fuck? Fucking, what's his name? Alexander Petrovsky. Yeah, the mad Russian. Yeah, fucking pinko communist bastard, man. Yeah, that fucker. And he's short, by the way. Barishnikov's not a tall man. He's very short. He's shorter than Sergei Parker. Okay, but anyway, yeah, he's kissing her stomach, whatever. What the fuck, dude? And Carrie's like, "No, I'm serious. I want to know more about what you do." Oh, now you do. You've been dating him for what, 3 months now? You got his alarm code to his place already. Okay, but you don't know what he fucking does. Okay, yeah. Pretty good, huh? And for no other reason, so that I can avoid having to make this face in restaurants. Yeah, she does that. She's like, "I want to know what to do because I don't want to have to make this face when people ask me." Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what she does that. Can you believe it? Yeah. Well, Alex is like, "Our talk is boring, Carrie. I keep my personal life separate from my work life." "It's not boring to me." "You are exception." Okay. Now, she wants to leave because he won't tell her what he does. He doesn't want to talk about it. So she starts threatening to leave, but he convinces her, "No, come on, don't go," very Pepe Le Pew, convinces her to stay with him all day and do nothing. Which I've said this before. This theme comes up several times where the couples just stay in bed all fucking day and fuck. There's nothing wrong with that. I would consider that relaxing. Just to be able to spend a day or two just doing nothing but fucking watching Forensic Files. Because that's what women watch. Okay, guys don't really watch that shit, but we'll sit through it because women love that show. Okay, and order some fucking Uber Eats. Yeah, absolutely, make a day of it, dude. Get up, go to the bathroom, eat, fuck. That's a relaxing time for me. She don't want to do it. All right. So he convinces her to stay and do nothing. come on, Carrie, it's cold outside. And it's very warm in here, you know. So she decides to do it, all right. Meanwhile, at lunch, at brunch, wherever the fuck, at that diner that the girls always go to, the one with the bacon on the menu. Okay, so they're sitting there, except for Carrie's not there. So it's just Charlotte, Miranda, and Samantha. They're all saying Samantha's got this stupid ass pixie wig on now. It's this blonde wig. It looks fucking horrible. It looks like she's wearing a wig. Okay, it looks bad. Okay, there's that Tron movie that came out like 10 years ago, the one with Olivia Wilde. She had that short pixie, not pixie, but this short bob. Okay, well imagine that blonde. Okay, yeah, that's what Samantha's wig. It looks like fucking shit. Oh my god. But anyway, they're making jokes about her wig. Okay, it's a cancer joke. I know, right? Okay, so they're there. And yeah, and that's according to a Tattletale, Miranda shows Samantha her Tattletale tabloid. It says, well, according to Tattletale magazine, here, look at this, Samantha. Your boyfriend's gay. Well, it's not her boyfriend, her boy toy. He's gay. You know? And of course, she looks at that. And she's like, and she shows her the picture. It shows the picture of Stanford, Marcus, and and Smith with his arm around Stanford, and then they cut out Samantha from the photograph, so Samantha's not in the photograph. Smith's like, Smith Jared cozies up to Broadway dancer Marcus Advant and an unidentified older gay gentleman. Oh, poor Stanford. You know, it's funny. Stanford always gets fucking shit thrown at him. I'm sorry. This show is always making fun of Stanford. I feel so bad for him. He didn't know his boyfriend was a male prostitute. Charlotte tried to fix him up with Anthony. Anthony told him he was ugly. I mean, I feel bad for him, okay? He's got the worst, like, dating life, all right? And nobody gives him the attention that the other women get on the show. Like, Carrie does not give him anywhere near the attention. She doesn't even invite him to everything that her and her girlfriends do. He's just like out there. He's like a fucking orbiter in her world, man. It's fucked up. But anyway, he doesn't get the respect that the other girls get from Carrie. Okay. So yeah, she's like, so Samantha's like, oh my god. According to this article, I'm Smith's beard with a wig. That was funny. That was legit funny. Okay, Charlotte's like, you're not upset? You're not upset, Samantha? She's like, you know, after the big C, you don't sweat the small stuff. You know, once the gay rumors start, it means you're really a star, which is kind of true, yeah. You know, once you become famous, you're automatically gay, you know. Okay, so Carrie calls Charlotte on her cell phone, okay, while they're there at the diner to cancel. So Carrie's on the phone, and she's talking to Charlotte, and Charlotte's like, well, we never see you. Liz Taylor is going to be in a dog show, and so is my new dog. Okay, I put that in there, but it's true. And yes, Liz Taylor was alive when this episode aired, okay? She didn't die till 2011. Okay. That was cruel. It reminds me of that joke. What was the dog's name on the Brady Bunch? What was it? Dog's name on the Brady Bunch? What was it? Tiger? Nope. Alice. Okay, sorry. That was bad. I'm sorry. Ann B. Davis, I apologize. Okay, anyway. Yes. So Liz Taylor, the dog. The dog, okay? Liz Taylor, the dog. Okay. And Charlotte's pet. Okay, I'm done. All right, I'm done. All right, talk to you. Hey, Liz Taylor, hey, she did a lot of shitty things in her life, so don't feel fucking bad for her. All right, don't. All right. So anyway, okay. So Charlotte's telling her all this shit, and then she goes like, "Oh, Miranda wants to talk to you, and Smith Jared is gay." So Miranda takes the phone. What do you mean you're not coming over here? I came all the way from Brooklyn. And then Samantha grabs the phone. She's like, Carrie, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Smith is not gay, okay? And it's too cold outside. Stay with your hot man, okay? Bye, okay? So, yeah, so Carrie's like, oh, Smith is gay? Well, I don't know. Anyway, so she starts drinking some more wine, okay? Because, Alex is pouring her wine, and that's what she does for the next, 4 days. Okay, now in this scene here, we see not only does Alex giving her wine to drink, he's massaging her feet too. He's massaging her feet. And the whole time, there's nothing wrong with doing that for your girlfriend, massaging her feet. I've done that before, the whole fucking Pulp Fiction thing. I'm the master of foot massages, I don't tickle or nothing, that kind of thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm trying to think about is what the fuck are you doing for him, Carrie? Okay, he's basically putting you at his fucking palatial house, giving you alcohol, which you love because you're an alcoholic. He's feeding your ass with exotic food, which you love because you're always fucking stuff in your face too. Okay, he's buying you fucking custom designer clothes, which you love because you're always fucking buying those things yourself. He's massaging your feet. What the fuck are you doing for him? That's what I want to know. What are you doing for him? What are you doing for your boyfriend? What is he getting out of any of this? Nothing. Bullshit flag right there. Everything I've seen Alexander doing for his girlfriend, okay, Carrie, what has she done for him? Nothing special. She didn't buy him any fucking gifts. She didn't take him anywhere except McDonald's. I guess that was something, McDonald's, yeah. He had 2 tickets to fucking La Travagna at the Met. Bought her a fucking Oscar de la Renta dress while he had a fucking tuxedo on, and she decides to fucking go to McDonald's instead. Okay, yeah, it's like, what are you doing for him? Nothing, not a goddamn fucking thing. That's the problem I have with this, okay? And the fact that a guy that's this high of a status, remember, this guy fucked every supermodel, okay, in Studio 54 in the 70s, all right? And he would, be with a woman that does nothing for him. Nothing for him at all. Instead of give him shit because of her friend is dying of cancer. He said some rude things about cancer in general, and Carrie took it personally. Oh, I forgot about my friend right there. That kind of thing. What the other than that, her giving you shit. What has she done for you, Alex? Not a goddamn fucking thing. Nothing that no other girl would do. Okay, except other women, younger, prettier women, less selfish women would do more for you as well. Tit for tat. You do for me, I do for you. Okay, she ain't doing nothing for him. Bullshit flag. And for Carrie, this is a normal relationship. I don't think so. I ain't buying that. Okay, so that's going to end my review, part 1 of this review for this episode. I will be back very shortly with part 2. Thank you for watching this long. I appreciate it. I am going to get through all 94 fucking episodes. I'm going to review every goddamn one of them. All right, for you and me too. I like it. It's fun. All right, so I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.